Your alarm goes off. You don't want to get out of bed, but you have to. We've all been there. Every single morning, you fight the exact same invisible battle and lose more often than you'd like to admit. Here's what's actually happening, and it's not laziness. In 1997, researcher Jens Prusner and colleagues formally described a phenomenon now called the cortisol awakening response, a rapid surge in cortisol that occurs specifically after you wake up. That surge is what's supposed to flip the switch from sleep mode into alert mode. The problem is timing. It doesn't happen instantly. It builds gradually, over roughly 30 to 45 minutes, which means for a significant stretch of time after your alarm goes off, your brain is still waiting for a chemical signal that hasn't fully arrived yet. Now add the second piece, your body temperature. Throughout the night, your core temperature drops steadily, hitting its lowest point in the hours right before you typically wake up. Researchers studying this state, officially called sleep inertia, have found something consistent across multiple independent studies. The closer your wake-up time lines up with that temperature low point, the worse the grogginess afterward. Your alarm isn't just interrupting your sleep. In a lot of cases, it's interrupting you at the exact biological low point of your entire day. This isn't just one lab's finding either. At the University of Groningen in the Netherlands, researchers exposed participants to gradually increasing artificial light in the final 30 minutes before waking, simulating a natural dawn. Sleepiness dropped, alertness improved, cortisol response sped up, compared to waking abruptly in the dark. At Hiroshima University in Japan, a separate team studying snooze alarms found that repeated, brief awakenings changed how sleep inertia unfolded, but didn't eliminate it entirely. Two countries, two completely different research teams, pointing at the same underlying mechanism. Here's the detail that should genuinely surprise you. In one study, researchers had participants wake from sleep and immediately perform either 30 seconds of intense exercise, a lighter version, or nothing at all. The intense exercise group showed cortisol increases of up to 63% above resting levels, far faster than the body's natural gradual release. They felt more alert almost immediately. But on actual cognitive performance tests, reaction time, memory, focus, that group didn't perform meaningfully better than the group that stayed still. Feeling awake and actually being cognitively awake turned out to be two different things entirely. And here's where the story gets even stranger. As recently as 2025, a research team led by Klaas and colleagues used a new measurement technique, sampling cortisol directly from tissue rather than saliva, in 201 volunteers waking up in their own homes. Their surprising finding, the rate of cortisol increase didn't actually change at the moment of waking compared to the hour before, while participants were still asleep. In other words, the exact mechanism behind why mornings feel the way they do is still being actively debated by scientists, decades after Prusner's original 1997 findings. So why would your body run a system this inconvenient or this poorly understood? Researchers studying sleep inertia have pointed out that it's evolutionarily counterintuitive. You'd expect instant alertness to be the safer option, especially if danger was ever nearby. Some researchers believe the answer lies in what typically caused people to wake up throughout most of human history. Not a sudden alarm, but gradually increasing light and a body temperature that was already rising on its own. The alarm clock in the full scope of human biology is a genuinely new invention. Your internal systems were shaped by millions of mornings that looked nothing like the one you just had. So the next time you're lying there, fully conscious, and still somehow unable to make yourself move, remember this. That heaviness isn't weakness. It's a temperature system still catching up. It's a cortisol response scientists in multiple countries are still trying to fully explain. It's a brain that's technically awake, but hasn't been given the biological green light it's relied on for its entire evolutionary history. You're not losing the fight against your alarm. You're running on a system nobody, not even the researchers studying it, has fully figured out yet.